it was in 2011. My husband had got sick with brain cancer. His name is Larkin. And we was in Augusta for about 5.5 months. We had lost everything we had. Didn't have anything. So at the time when they released him, we really had nowhere to go. And it was First Methodist Church here in Milledgeville. They put up for us to have a room for a week. And we got to Milledgeville, and we was in this hotel, and we only had a week there with no income coming in because he hadn't started receiving his Social Security. So when it got down to like the 5th day, I really started to worry. I would walk outside the hotel room and I would be just like, Lord, what is I'm gonna do? What is I'm gonna do? And my husband used to always just say, don't worry about it, because he had so much faith in God, where I had started doubting God. And I went back into the room and he told me to get the telephone book. I mean, it was just like God sitting there literally talking to me. And when I opened the book, I opened it to the radiation department at the hospital. I mean, that was just weird. And so I called the number, and Gina answered the phone. And I was telling her my story, and she was like, do you need financial help? I was like, no. No, she said, do you need medical help or financial help? I said, well, we have the Medicare. I said, we need financial help. I said, we're in this hotel and we only got a couple of more days. And I don't know what I'm gonna do. My husband just had brain surgery. And she said, let me give you my cell phone number. And then she said, let me give you my house number. She said, you already have my work number, so you can get in touch with me. She said, give me a day or so and I'll call you back. So she called me back. It was that Thursday. And she said, I want to come by and I want to meet you. And it was Gina and the lady Robin White came by. And she said, just come on. They came and they talked to me and my husband. And she said, do you want something to eat? I really didn't want to eat, but I felt like she just wanted to get me out for a few minutes. And so I said, yeah. And me and her and Robin, we went to the Chinese restaurant and we just talked and talked. And that was like the second time since my husband had been diagnosed with brain cancer that I can actually cry and just really, get my feelings out without him seeing them. So we talked, and that Friday she called me. She said, I got an idea. I said, what kind of idea? Thinking to myself. She said, well, I have this extra house, a guest house. And she said, it's not nothing real big, but I think you'll be comfortable there. And I said, I don't know, because I just met this lady. And so she said, talk to your husband. Y'all talk about it and let me know. So me and Ike, we talked about it, and right off the bat, he was like, yeah, let's go. And I was like, wait a minute, it's kind of strange. But by him having the faith, I just trusted everything. So that Saturday, she came over and me and her left. We went to Walmart. She was like, well, we're going to church Sunday and we'll pick y'all up Sunday, but she wanted to take me that Saturday so we can get, stuff that I needed for the house. And I was like, no, we can just use whatever you got. She was like, no, you get what you need. And so we end up leaving there, and I went back to the hotel where my husband was, and we packed. That Sunday, Hallmark came and got us, and they treated us like we was human beings. They didn't treat us like we didn't have anything, and they made us feel loved again. Because I remember asking God, I said, why won't our family help us, through this journey? And he said, if I allow them to help you, then you won't believe in me. And because I had got mad with my family, I had got mad with his family, because here this stranger just taking us in like she's been knowing us all our life. Mark, he used to cook every day, and he would bring us food out there. He said, I know you're gonna cook, I know you're a good cook, but I had to cook for Gina anyway, so I'm gonna bring you a plate. And so he would do that. It was just like we was in our own home. If she wanted to talk or anything, they always called. They never just came out or just intruded on us. And so we stayed there for a couple of months, and we found the house, and she made sure that we had everything we needed in our house, from the bed to the washing machine, the dryer. She was always there for us. She was like an angel. Like, I mean, literal angel. God just had sat down. She was with me through everything, through the whole 4.5 years that Isaac went through his cancer, because we knew it wasn't a cure. It was just on a limited time he had to live. The day he died, she was right there with me. I wouldn't care if it was 2 o'clock in the morning. She was just a person that was always there for me, no matter what. I can call her and say, Gina, I need something. It was never a question what you needed for it. It was just like, I got you. And I remember her telling me, she say, I told Isaac, I'm gonna have your back until the day I die. And you never think that, it's gonna happen, And she was just always there for me. I mean, I could call her, I could talk to her about anything, even at my worst, when I'm going through my worst. She never judged me. She was just an all-around good person. And I asked her one day, we was talking, she say, I prayed to God about 2 weeks before you came in my life to send somebody in my life that I can truly be a help to. And a lot of times when people want to help you, they'll help you to an extent. But she truly got her blessing. What she asked God for was to come into our life and help us. I mean, every time we didn't have a car, and every time we need to go to a doctor's appointment, her, Mark, and Robin, they would always make sure that we had a way. Even if they had to rent us a car or whatever the case may be, she always made sure he never missed none of his doctor's appointments. And the day he died, she was right there with me. And I think it was Terry Weaver that called me and gave me the news about Gina. And my life have not been the same. Because if I'm having a bad day and I really need somebody to talk to, I can talk to her. And I just kind of like went in a rage. I didn't want to love people no more, because who's going to love me back? The people that really cared about me, it's like they gone. And I'm not just saying this, but Gina was a big part of my life. She helped me through a lot of times when I had wanted to commit suicide after my husband died. I had given up, and she would always talk to me and say, this is not what he would want you to do. And now I don't have that comfort blanket no more. And a couple of months, I just asked God to give me peace so that I would be able to live on my own and just depend on him now. And with everything Gina taught me and showed me with her kindness and how God can use people, it really made me just start praying and asking for peace. And if I wouldn't have it no other way, I'm glad she was a part of my life. I'm glad her family was a part of my life. And she always talked about her grandchildren. That time she didn't have nobody but Lucy and Luke. And she loved them. She loved her family. No one came before her family, and her grandchildren was her world. And I can say a lot more, but she was a good person. She truly was.